فيا أيها القاري به متمسكا مجلا له في كل حال مبجلا. بسم الله، الحمد لله، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Great to have you with us in this Tajweed video presentation. Was busy lately in many things at work and at home and also in the musalla in my place. Alhamdulillah, we are back to the Makharij, and one of the most important and the most difficult and the most given the emphasis from all the ulama and the qurra, that is the makhraj of the letter of Dad. And of course it is difficult not only for the non-Arabs, and also for the Arabs it is very difficult to pronounce this letter, and that is also differentiate between other languages. They may have or share common characters and letters in their articulations, but with this letter of Dad, it is really a characteristic of the Arabic language. Now let's see quickly, before I talk about the makhraj of the Dad, that the letters on the right side, Dal, and the bottom Zal, then Zay or Zain, three of these letters have nothing to do with the letter of Dad. Now, as well as the Ta and Dha. Now, when we pronounce Dal, Dal is an empty mouth. It is not Dad. Similarly, for Zal, it is not Dad. Zay, it is not Dad. Ta, it is not Dad. And similarly also, Dha, it is not Dad. So Dha, Dad, Dad. In this slideshow, we are going to have a look at the makhraj of Dad. Now, have a look at the Dad and the position of the makhraj of Lam. Now, the scholars and the ulama have made a definition for this makhraj. It has something to do with the tongue, it has something to do with the teeth, it has also something to do with the makhraj of the lam. Now, when we say the letter Dad, it is articulated from one of the sides, and then that's why I put the emphasis with the blue. And when I say the teeth, it means the molars, and not from the front teeth. So this part, it is not from there, but it is from the sides. So the easiest way to pronounce this is to have it in both sides or on the left side. It has been reported by the scholars and the qurra that Rasulullah ﷺ used to do it from the left side by holding the sides at the part where the molars are and releasing that by putting the pressure on in the middle of the tongue. And that's why this makhraj, it's actually a part of the deepest part of the makharij of the deepest part, which is the middle part. When you say Jim and Sheen and Ya, then straight away the ulama add letter Dad as it is in the middle and not in the front. So this is one of the letters that it's also pronounced and articulated from the middle part of the tongue by putting the pressure in both sides or on one side, probably the left side, and then releasing slightly the tongue towards the front without touching, so up to the makhraj of the lam. Now, where is the makhraj of the lam? We're going to see this later on. But where is the cursor now and the pointing of this arrow? It is the makhraj of the lam there. So you say al. So it put the pressure and it doesn't stop the sound. It has something it's called the rakhawa, which is the flowing of the sound. So it puts the pressure in the middle of the tongue, then releases slightly towards the front, and that's why you cannot say this is dha, as Imam al-Jazari say, mayyiz min al-dha'i. So when you make the sound of the dad, you must differentiate and make it different from the letter dha. Dad is different than dha. So you say wala-dhalin. You don't say wala-dhalin, wala-dha. So you make that sound, put the pressure a little bit on the sides of the tongue, and then release it to the front slightly. Then you can quickly bring the other letter that is supposed to be coming out, and do not pause there. If you pause, then it can make a sakta, which is not acceptable in tajweed. So that's what I was saying, that the letter dad will put slightly pressure and releases so the air can come from the back and goes to the front and produce that sound of dad. And then what is the arrow of the black arrow going from the makhraj of the side, either the edge, holding the edges, both edges, or one side of the edge, which is the left side. That's the easiest one. It has been reported that Umar al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu has pronounced it and articulated it from the right side, but both sides would be no problem, as long as it sounds like dad and not dal or dha or za. So by putting the pressure, al, so put the pressure at the back of the sides, at the edges and the sides articulated of the tongue, which is not at the front, of course, at the back. So the sides of the molars, then you can articulate that by making. So do not make qalqala by saying ada, wadarib, wada. That's qalqala. And do not make the sound stops. You make shidda, which is not the quality and the attribute, which we're going to have a look at later on, inshallah, in the Makharij videos of the letter of dad. So the dad does not have shidda, does not have qalqala. The sounds does not stop completely by saying ad. And it's not like the letter dal, or saying ad. It stops completely. Up, it stops completely. Okay, but for the dad, it doesn't stop completely, but release slightly towards the front, towards the makhraj of the lam, but it doesn't touch the front of the top front of the mouth. So by saying that, al, or al. So I'm doing it on both sides or on the left side. Of course, this is a very difficult, but by practicing again and again, the scholars say you will be able, inshallah, with the help and the guide of the Qurra, to pronounce it properly.